Whatever they're paying her, they needed to double it for that scene alone.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
Guys, welcome to another episode of Katie Afraidy on the Fangoria Network. I'm your host, Katie Hettenbach, and she's back. She's here, the lovely. You know her from WWE, but also she's about to make her comedy debut this year at Netflix as a joke.
Very exciting.
Yeah, it's Kayla Braxton, sometimes Becker, also Kayla B.
Kayla B.
Kayla B.
What's up? So glad to be back here. I love talking horror with you. So yeah, thanks for asking me.
Of course. I mean, seeing you, we were chatting about the Abigail premiere that we both were at.
Without knowing that we were going to be there, we just ran
no
into
idea.
each other. That was great.
So fun.
Yes.
So fun. And it's cool to see, like, you know, the cast, like,
just mingling amongst us, like peasant people.
Like normal people. I was like, oh, hello. People.
I was trying to like play it so cool the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. That's what I love about going to premieres is like getting to see the cast sit next to us, watch them for the first time on the screen, see their reactions to it. So, and that was a good one to be there for.
Yeah. But we're chatting.
Oh yeah, we're here to talk about a movie. Completely got off.
I mean, that's what we do. That's what we do. But we were getting there because we talked about the premiere of Abigail. Mm-hmm. Talking Abigail this year, dude. What a fun movie!
It was such a fun movie, and it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
And I think I spoke to someone after the movie, and I was like, you know, I feel like a lot of movies release their trailers and give away too much. I feel like Abigail was trying to do the opposite, where they didn't give away enough in the trailer, because I feel like the trailer didn't necessarily like make me like, oh my God, this looks so great.
Yeah.
But then it led for a very pleasant surprise because the movie was phenomenal. I mean, I was smiling the entire time.
So I saw it once before the premiere. Okay. At like USC does like advanced screenings. Mm-hmm. So highly recommend getting on that email list. Good to know. And then I saw it again this weekend because I was like, I should probably watch it like again too. But I love the trailer. It's fun, but I think it would have hit harder if they didn't tell us she was a vampire. If they just said something's in this house. We don't know what it is, but something's killing. Yeah. I think that would have been interesting.
But we knew there was a little girl involved, or that there was a little girl?
Like obviously the little girl was involved.
But we didn't know what was wrong. What
was happening. So it was like something's in the house. They could have said, oh, it's a vampire, but not that she's the vampire.
She's the vampire? Yeah.
But that's like the only like, I have very little critique about this. Yeah. But like the trailer, I was like, I wonder if it would have hit so much harder. Because also you're waiting for the whole time, then like you're waiting for like the vampire.
Because we also know the line that was in the trailer of, I'm sorry what's going to happen to you. Yeah. I felt like that. But I love that line. Like that gave me goosebumps on the trailer and in the movie.
Because you're like, this little girl just went from like, I'm scared too. Something's going to happen to you. Good luck. Oh, good luck.
So great.
Good luck. Yeah. And just like the opening of her, you know, dancing ballet, which they added more ballet in the movie because she did such a great job. Fantastic. I think it's hilarious that the people I want more backstory on Abigail, just for me personally. Yeah. Like, how did she get access to this gigantic theater? Obviously she can have whatever she wants, but like there's nobody like, hey, we're gonna be in the back, like you can keep dancing or whatever. Or
I think we just assume that if you are a vampire and your father is this vampire god or whatever, you can snap your fingers and get whatever you want. So I feel like it's to be expected, right?
But she's also she's pretty old, but I wonder if like when her obsession with ballet started. Yeah. Was she always obsessed with ballet, or did she just kind of fall into it?
How long has ballet been around? Forever?
That's a great question.
Because then we can maybe back it up to like, how old was she? We don't. They never just said how old.
She said like several
centuries.
She said 2 centuries.
Can I just Google when ballet was invented? Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
If you see it first.
15th century.
15th century. So what is?
So
we're in the 22nd or the 22nd, 23rd. I don't know how this works.
We're in the 21st. So that was
21st.
1400s.
1400s. Okay.
Math that. Can you math that?
Math that. So she's. If the movie takes place now.
So she may have been around when ballet came out. Yeah. Right? Is that what we're kind of coming up with here?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we just made that up, but I feel like that would be a great backstory.
Yeah.
That maybe she was one of the pioneers of ballet.
That would have been really interesting.
That would have been interesting. Let's do a prequel.
A prequel. I would like that personally, just for me. I'm sure other people maybe would like it, but I don't know. I was thinking about that. I was like, when did this all start? Because I feel like she wasn't always into ballet, and she's like, no, this is my obsession.
And it would be cool because I want to learn more about she and her father's estranged relationship.
Right?
Let's write a prequel.
Right?
Okay.
Let's do it. Tyler, Matt, we're gonna you guys direct it. More blood cannons, please. Oh my God,
oh my gosh.
The blood cannons.
Incredible.
As soon as I saw the movie, like the first time, I was like, okay, so Matt and Tyler, the directors, are known for a handful of things. Because in Ready or Not, they basically have the same thing. A big house, a big cast, people are going to explode, and someone's doing drugs. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
the kind of the, well, they did that.
Yeah. Which is, even in Scream 5, kind of in Scream 6, but Scream 5, Melissa Barrera is like taking prescription drugs in the beginning. In Ready or Not, like the one, have you seen Ready or Not? The one sister's like snorting coke consistently.
Okay.
Like a drug. I was like,
that's a good job.
I was like, wow. I was like, okay, look at those things connecting. I'm like, I see you guys. So now the next movie, I'm like, is there going to be another big house with a big cast with people explode? Which I hope.
I hope so too.
Because
it works.
It works. It's also there's so many things you could do within a house, for story.
And I love that. I love the one location and the ability to be able to create such a story in one location like that is really impressive.
And the house was it was stunning.
I know. Do you know where that was?
It was in Ireland, I think.
Okay. Yeah, it was stunning.
Yeah, it's my summer house.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Little
I was like,
getaway?
you guys can film here.
I don't know. After watching the movie, I'm not completely convinced that there aren't vampires living there. So
if aliens are confirmed, because aliens were confirmed to be real.
Yes.
At this point, I'm like, what
isn't?
Else?
Oh, no, of course.
Like, there's got to be like Bigfoot's next.
There's
vampires.
Mermaids are being. We've seen like mermaid videos.
That scares me.
Why wouldn't a mermaid exist? I mean, I'm sure there's some people into bestiality. I mean, okay, we're going a little further, but you know what I mean?
It's fair thing. Some people are like,
someone has tried.
Yeah. I don't know how they would, but I'm sure there's a way.
They figured it out.
A way. But no, there's... we said bestiality.
Oh, yes. But yeah, really fun movie. Also what I really appreciated was seeing Angus Cloud back on the screen.
Yeah.
Like when he passed away, I was a Euphoria fan. Obviously that was like his first breakout role. He, I think, resonated with so many people. Like when he passed away, it felt personal, and like I got like really upset about it. But I loved that we got to see him back on the big screen and that same like charming, like, that personality that we like. And he did such a good, like the comedic elements of this, and I think comedy within horror can either flop or do really well. And this movie did such a good job adding the comedic elements, and it was the characters and the cast, and Angus was, phenomenal.
It was perfect, especially, again, seeing it with 3 different audiences is so interesting. Every single time, though, when Peter, the large
the lovable dumb muscle man,
love him so much. When he falls asleep and he's like, let me get this pen and draw penis, every single time people were like dying. So simple, so elegant, just like the unzipping of the fanny pack that's just absurd. Him riding a freaking tricycle, just love it. Also, what mansion doesn't have a tricycle? I mean, listen, I feel like if you have one, you like get one. A shiny house, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Like it's every big scary house has a tricycle somewhere. You need one. Yes. So if you have, it's a requirement. Should be thrown in when you buy it. Yeah. The leasing agent should say, "Hey, here's a tricycle." Here's a tricycle. Like, I don't have a kid. They're like, I don't care. I don't care. Here's a tricycle. Here's a tricycle. No tricycle, no deal. No deal. No deal. You don't want it, and then you guess how bad do you want the house? You don't. Yep. Sucks to suck. Sucks to suck. Also, the teeth of like the vampires were not what I was expecting. Gnarly. Like, I want to know how, like, what went into that. Was that special effects? Was that actual, like, Yeah, so they like took molds of
that
their
were
teeth.
insane.
Yeah.
I would not want to be bitten. Like, you think vampire teeth just have the, the two.
like,
I'm like,
oh, they're
okay, that
cute.
might,
Like-
it's not gonna hurt.
You're like, this.
I don't want you to turn me with those teeth. Maybe with the Edward Cullen teeth. But
Yeah.
no, this was not the Cullens.
No, this is not this is not Twilight, kids.
No.
These guys do not sparkle. Although there were several references to Twilight
Yes.
in the movie, which I appreciate.
Isn't it crazy, like, that cult following? I was a big Twilight girl.
Yeah.
Watched all the books, all the movies.
Wait, Team Edward or Team Jacob?
I was Edward all the way.
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
gosh, Jacob.
I was immediately Jacob, and then I'm like, I like vampires way
And
better.
he's kind of like a pedophile, you know? Like,
yeah.
Anyway.
He's like, I'm gonna, after that, I was like,
kinda
okay, that's a
disgusting.
little weird.
But crazy to think that, I mean, those movies came out, what, like, it's been like 20 years? I mean, maybe not 20 years ago, but it's been a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And just how, like, it's still such a popular reference to come. I wonder if they knew that was going to happen when they were creating those movies or those books, I guess.
I know.
So
I
it's
think that they just
love
were
it.
like, we're just gonna do this. Who knew it would be like, hold on tight, Spider Monkey? Like, that's- who knew that
And
that
reference
line-
now, it's still in movies.
Yeah, they're like, well, do they sparkle? You know, the classic vampire tropes, which I feel like they didn't even get into like all of like the really cliche ones, but like
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yes.
It's just
Great.
So also, Dan Stevens. This is not his first vampire movie.
Okay.
He was in Vamps.
Vamps. Okay.
Have you ever seen Vamps?
I haven't. I know what Vamps is. I haven't seen Vamps.
I just watched it just because I was like bored on Tubi and was scrolling. I was like, this looks like a fun movie. And I was like, Dan Stevens, I think he's my new crush.
Do I need to watch it?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay.
It's like really silly. Sigourney Weaver's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
When did
it's-
it come out?
I think like 2011, I want to
Okay,
say.
maybe-
It's not amazing, but it's a comedy.
It's fun, and like you recognize the cast. You recognize the
Yeah,
cast.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's like two vampires in the big city, and they're just living their lives.
I love that.
And
If I was a vampire, I'd want to live in the big city. I mean, but could they get sunlight? Is it one of
they would sleep during the day. and
okay,
then they
so like
had
in
jobs
classic,
at night.
what how vampires do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, we've graduated, thousands of times by this point because they're still in college. They're taking like,
Oh,
different classes.
that would suck. I would hate to be college age vampire and have to keep going to school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have to go to school. Like,
yeah,
one
but
sense,
like, what else are you gonna do?
right?
You know,
It's- yeah. But
be
you
terrible.
try to like learn different. But then you like,
You could become cooler and cooler every year, though.
That's
like you
true.
start out being the kid that gets bullied, and like, okay, what do I gotta do next year?
Yeah.
Till you become the top of the food chain.
yeah, you could try out like different personalities.
Oh my god. Oh, you know what? I take it back. That would be cool.
That, yeah, you could be like, you know what, this,
This century or
this
this
100, I'm gonna do like a nerd, and then I'm gonna do someone who
be super like emo.
and then I'm
You
gonna
explore
be
your sexuality.
Yeah,
you can try all
right?
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do that in one lifetime too. But
right, but you can do that as well. You can also just do that
you
now.
can just do that now.
But if you had the luxury to really delve into that
Yeah.
character of each persona, I think that'd be
Ooh,
interesting.
that'd be a fun movie concept.
right. Okay, did we just
I think we just came with a don't you steal it. It's on camera, okay?
don't do it? It's copyrighted. Don't.
It is.
Don't. I'm not threatening with finger guns, but I am. Watch out. Watch out. Freaking watch out.
Watch out.
But yeah, no, Dan Stevens, he's that was, I've never seen him in anything before.
Yeah.
And I was like, who is this man? Who is this piercing blue eyes? I was like, you're not ugly, sir.
He's now the crush.
He's not the crush. It's also could just be, you know what? It's not a reality, but when somebody plays like the bad boy.
Oh, of course.
Like,
of course.
you know what? I lied. I'm not Team Edward. I'm not Team Jacob.
You're
I was Team James.
Team James.
In the first movie,
Which one was James again?
the James who he bit Bella. He had the long hair, blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
I was like,
James.
that guy.
He can get it.
I'm like, that guy, I can fix him.
Yes,
I can fix
we
him.
can change you.
I can change you. Well, you
I know
can
you
change
change me,
You
and
change
then I will
me,
change
and then I'll
you.
change you. And like, you'll be like so protective, and it'll be. But in like real life, I don't want that.
No.
But in
fantasy world, we all
I'm
think,
like that.
oh, we got to dive into that until that's a therapy session.
That's a whole other therapy session, but it's okay. we don't dive into that though. But oh my goodness, just like all of the little kills also throughout the movie were really fun.
They were fun.
They were fun.
Brutal, bloody, gory, fun.
Fun. Also, poor Angus, getting
But
no one could hear him.
I know.
He just
and then
he just
they thought it was like boy he cries wolf, you know,
Yeah.
because what was he scared of at first? So he was like yelling about like a bug or
I think it was Peter.
I thought it was first time I thought he was yelling about something. Yeah, because he was all, you know, hitting on what's her face? Was he hitting on Sam?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's like, I want to fuck. Meanwhile, she's watching Woody the Woodpecker.
I know.
I was
that was
like,
pretty great.
I was like, amazing.
That was pretty great. No, but I think he yelled because he got scared of something in the basement. I thought it was him. Maybe
the rat.
Maybe it was a rat.
Yeah, I thought it was
and
a
then
rat.
she's
And then
like,
you hear the
yeah,
the
she's like,
crunching
oh
of
my
the
god,
rat.
like, you know. And then so when he was actually getting like scared, she didn't believe him.
Yeah. And
Poor
then she
guy.
walks down and is like, oh my god, you scared me. And then his head
is well,
pops off real quick, which that prosthetic head, pretty good.
they did really good. Yes.
like the close up. Sometimes you're like, okay.
Oh, it was like, yeah.
I'm like, they got the pores. I'm like,
Good job.
whoever did that, good job, guys, good job. That was brutal. And then, Don Rickles, his death. I feel like his death was so quick, and I was like, no, because we, you know, there's like this little like romantic thing happening between Rickles and Joey, Melissa Berners' character.
I know that one was I was like, why did they do that so quick?
Yeah. I like, don't know, we're just gonna kill everyone. Also, it feels like it's like, okay, don't get attached to people because we're just gonna murder them real quick.
I wanted a little romance to like really butt out of that.
Right. But also, it was so like, also to show how, you know, quick the killer is.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, you know, you turn your back for 2 seconds.
You're gone.
You could be the next one.
Hello, girl's fast.
And then maybe the saddest part, Peter and Sammy's friendship. Adorable.
Was it friendship? It wasn't romantic, right?
It wasn't romantic.
That'd been weird,
No,
but they were just like legitimately friends.
Yeah, they were friends. He kind of like, he was like protective
like a
over
little
her.
like big brother.
Yeah.
I did love their dynamic together so much.
They were drinking together,
Yes.
and
It
he
was
just
sad,
kept taking shots.
And she's like, "What did you say? I like you. You're scary," or something
Yeah,
like
he's
that.
like,
I was
"I
like,
like
"That's
you."
so cute."
Yeah.
And she did a really good job too. Her
Yeah.
comedic timing and like just her little ditzy, like I really enjoyed her.
Yeah.
But yes, it was sad. I really thought she escaped getting turned.
Yeah, but then she, you know, Abigail bites her,
And
but
then
also
puppets her.
when you're attacking a vampire child ballerina,
Yeah.
which also the best line. We're here with a vampire, fucking vampire ballerina,
Yeah.
ballerina vampire, whatever. So good. But when you do this around the vampire, like it's such easy. I'm like, you're.
But also, are you thinking that way when you're?
But you should go low. I don't know. I just was like, or like do this. I was like, you're gonna get bit, but then she got bit, and she's like,
And so
you
sad.
know, turns into a little vampire Catherine, and does a little dance number,
her little ballet.
But the moment before Peter dies, and which is the moment that my friend turned to me and was like, oh, he's gonna die. He's not gonna last. Oh, you have people outside. I do too. We're gonna get home. We're gonna make it home to them. It's like, no.
That's what all of us movie watchers know, that's just
Neither do you.
we're already starting to prepare to lose you, and we're already like pre-mourning your death.
And then he makes the slow walk down the hallway, and she starts to turn, which is just like that. It's so unnerving. I don't know why I like the music, and then her like the just her like breathing and like weird. It was weird. Good acting.
Very good.
Good acting. Uncomfortable.
But I was pretty
great.
sad that we had to that she had to turn. I was really hoping she didn't.
Yeah, or like maybe she'd like, you know, get ahead of it and would become like super like on their side, but still be a vampire.
And that's also what I was trying to understand when like the vampires, like when what's his face, was it Dan?
Yeah.
I guess I was hoping he wasn't as much of a dick as we thought. So when he turned into a vampire, he wasn't gonna be mean.
Yeah.
Because I felt like you can control because like even Abigail ended up. I mean, she's had a lot more practice being a vampire, but you know, towards the end, as we know what happened, she kind of got a little soft spot.
Yeah.
So I was hoping you had some kind of humanity still left in you when you got turned, and you can make your decision on what kind of vampire you want to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was the case.
Yeah. And also there's again the lore. The third time watching it, you're like, okay, I have some questions, but like it's not that big of a deal to the point where like it's not watchable. But so Abigail bites Lambert, who Lambert is like the one who brought them all there to so they kidnapped Abigail, and Lambert's like, hey, you guys have to stay here for 24 hours and, you know, then you'll get your money. Turns out Abigail is working, or Lambert's working for Abigail.
Yep.
And so where'd I go? No, Abigail's controlling Lambert, but
he wants to destroy her.
But then when Lambert bites, what's his name in the movie though? Dan Stevens.
What is it? I forget.
I know it's Adam is like the his real name, but I don't remember his. Frank.
Fucking Frank.
He and then he kills Lambert. But then if you go back to like at the very end when he bites Joey and then he dies, Abigail's like, "Oh, Joey, don't worry, you're not going to be a vampire
because he's dead."
But then I'm like, well then wouldn't Frank not be a vampire because he killed Lambert and he turned him? You know?
Yeah, there was some like.
So I was like, but it's not that big of a deal. But I was like,
yeah,
I was like, okay,
we just had to accept it. Okay,
yeah.
so this maybe there's a time limit.
Yeah,
you know, time frame.
Yeah. But also Frank turned so fast.
And again, I really wanted Frank. I think I said it wrong. I really wanted Frank to not be. Because I don't know. I guess I was seeing some soft spots in him.
Yeah, he also like it seemed like he was going like, okay, we're in it to survive.
Yeah,
like,
I thought he was saving her. I thought when he killed Giancarlo's character, what's his name? His character,
Lambert.
Yes, yeah. I thought he was saving her, and then when he was like, okay, got him out of the way. I was just disappointed.
Yeah,
I wanted to like him.
And what's even more gnarly was again I was like, what is he? I thought he was gonna die because of how much blood he was.
That was spewing. I kept having to do this.
And the people in the last time I watched the movie, they were laughing, especially when the blood hit the camera. I was like, oh, this is practical. I was like, is this? I was like, what? How much CG? And I'm like, no, this is practical. I'm like, okay. I wish they always do a lot, but it was like.
It was so much. I was just thinking about even when she like at the very end was leaving the house, all the blood that was soaked in her. I'm like, man, when you're shooting that, I just wonder like as the actress who is covered in that blood, how many takes to this take?
Yeah.
Just how you're able to still like I guess function in actor mode when you were just
covered. Have you
I've
been
not
on fake blood?
I've like dabbled with it. But I've never been covered in it.
Okay.
Have you been covered in it?
I've been covered.
Okay,
in it.
tell me what that's like.
I think that fake blood is higher quality, and mine was maybe about a year old from Target, so that's maybe a different level. But I also am very sensitive to smell, so when we shot we did like a Carrie thing, to be like, hey, Katie Afraidy is coming back, whatever. So I dumped the full thing on my head, and I started dry heaving.
What did it smell like?
I couldn't even tell you, but it didn't smell real. And I think that's why I get so unnerved with fake blood.
Would you rather be real blood?
I don't know. Because at least it smells like it smelled like plastic, and it was getting in my mouth and in my eyes, and I was like, this is awful.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It was fun. I just was like, I'm covered in blood, but I was like, I don't know it stained everything. Yeah. Like I was like, oh, I didn't think
like how long that was going to take to get out.
How to get out. Like it was.
Well, kudos to the cast for dealing with all of that blood, because man, that was a lot of blood.
Matt and Tyler, the directors, they said that they had to keep apologizing.
Oh, really?
It's a vampire movie, but like we really upped the blood.
Okay.
Because even Ready or Not, that was pretty bloody with like, you know, the blood cannons at the very end. Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert for Ready or Not. But they were like, how can we up that? More blood cannons.
Lots.
Way more. They're like, how much can we, like Catherine Newton exploding in like the light, just poof.
That was great. I love that part.
So funny. And then where there was a Lambert exploded too. Didn't he? Did Lambert explode? No, yeah. Because
he did the stake the heart,
and then yeah. It's also there's this is only because I have the editor's eye and I noticed this stuff, but I love watching movies a bunch of times to like find those little things, because it also makes it be like, okay, this is tangible for me to make.
Yep.
It makes it more like accessible. But the blood continuity was completely different if you watched everything, and like
Oh, I know.
Joey's hair kept being like, it would be like wet and then it would be like perfectly coiffed, and I'm like,
okay, so you see like the different takes.
yeah,
kind of
yeah. And
all,
I'm like, which is fine, but I noticed it the third time, and I was like, okay, I see it now. I see it. I'm like, okay, but again, not that big of a deal. You wouldn't notice, but like, you know, me seeing it 3 times,
of course, you start like picking out. It's
little
like
things.
the 2 pictures. What's different in this picture?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Start playing a little game with it.
Yeah, like the one, like 3 blood streaks run down Dan Stevens' face in the next take. He has like no blood on his face. I'm like, okay,
maybe he has like a Tide to Go wipe on him or
Dude,
something.
good for him.
You know,
Like,
right?
honestly,
We should all carry those around.
I think we should. I think that's a good, helpful thing, especially when, you know, you're battling
Yeah,
vampires.
and blood explodes all over you like it does everyone all the time. Like carry a Tide to Go wipe.
So embarrassing.
This is not sponsored by Tide, but maybe they should give you a call.
It should be. It should be. It freaking should be. Also, so again, I said there's really not a lot wrong with this movie. Like, I think it is a fun vampire movie, but there was one thing that besides that I noticed the first time I watched.
Okay, what was it?
And this is for all my sound people. The ADR was off.
What's ADR?
ADR's is it after dialogue replacement or additional? It's like the usually what they do in post production is they'll have the actors go into a studio and redo all of their audio to make it sound more crisp, or like, you know, add like you know, like those like little moments. And that there were times, like I first noticed it when what was Angus's name in the thing though? Dean. When Dean and Sammy were in the car the first time, he's like mumbling, but his mouth is just fully shut.
Not moving.
Or like when their backs were turned, they would throw in lines.
I did notice that, but I forgot to notice that in a lot of movies.
Yeah, but I don't know why it was so
You're distracted by
obvious.
it.
I was like, or like they would turn and then they wouldn't be moved. And I was like, okay. I was like, I caught that, but I was like, again, it's not that big of a deal.
And the average person is not going to notice that.
No, for sure. But I was just like, oh no, but again, that stuff is so fun to me to find, like the little,
of course,
you know, like in Game of Thrones, there's like a water bottle in one scene.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was
that was like a big deal.
Crazy.
But it's also like, it's like that's kind of fun because you're like, no, these are just people. They're playing pretend and they're having fun making a movie. So like it's all part of the fun, regardless of the critique. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, that's all of my notes. I was like, this is such a fun movie, and there's
really enjoyed it. Even to the very end, when old dad walks in, I love the whole dynamic. He's about to, you know, eat homegirl or kill homegirl.
Yeah, he's like, they're like, Lazar. He's like, I go by many names. I'm like, yeah, Nosferatu. Those teeth are nasty. Those teeth are nasty.
But I did love how Abigail was able, we saw the soft side.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it's like, well, it's almost dinner time or whatever he said.
Yeah.
And got her out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm sure at that point, I was like thinking, I'm like, if this was real, this poor girl, not Abigail.
Sammy. Not Sammy. Joey.
No.
No.
Yeah, I was Joey.
Yeah.
Man, she has been through hell. She has fought her ass off. She's finally getting to escape. The light is there, and then whoop.
Yep.
Daddy walks in, and then I feel at that moment I would just be like, you know what, just kill me at this point. I am defeated.
Like it's been a hell of a day.
It's been a hell of a day. Just bite me.
I'm out of drugs.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm done. This is too much.
I grew up in a very strict household that was like, didn't let me watch a lot of. It's funny that I grew up. I'm such a horror fan because growing up, my parents didn't let us do Halloween.
Really?
We had to dress up. We got to dress up as angels. Okay. And we went from door to door, and we didn't get to trick. We treated and we delivered pies.
How many pies did you guys make?
I don't remember. But as an adult, I hate pies. I hate angels. And I love
the devil.
Yes, Halloween 365 days a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Oh my God.
That's a little side note about me.
That's crazy.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's
funny how you're molded into an adult based on you either go like that direction or you're like I don't really, not that I don't acknowledge and celebrate and appreciate Christmas.
Yeah.
But I don't really celebrate. Like typically I go to the movie theater by myself and just watch all the movies I've like missed for the year, like the Jewish Christmas as they call it, eat some Chinese food and call it a day.
Yeah. That's a great way to spend it also.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
So out of 10, what do you think, Abigail?
I actually rated it. I do this. I rate my movies. I've rated it 9.2.
Okay, 0.2.
I always put a decimal in there.
I love it. To be different.
I rated it as soon as I left.
Yeah.
At the 9.2. Now let me think. Since I've seen it, it's been like 2 weeks, a week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my 9.2. Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Again, I smiled the entire time.
Yeah.
Like I was just in it, just having a great time. Very well casted. Again, the comedy was very well placed and executed.
Yeah.
The blood and gore was just so great. I feel like, I felt my emotions kind of went all over the place. I felt bad for Abigail at one point. I felt bad for everyone, I guess.
Yeah.
At some point, they're all about to get eaten.
Yeah.
I was 9.2.
Yeah. Oh my God, we didn't even talk about Catherine Newton in the pool of bodies.
Oh, that was terrible.
Like the pool had like a weird
I want to know how they did that
texture.
I would ask whatever they're paying her, they needed to double it for that scene alone.
Yeah.
Like, ugh.
Apparently, it tasted like it was like Kool-Aid. Like it tasted like Kool-Aid, and it felt like.
And I would never be able to drink Kool-Aid again. Though.
But I just, which also cracks me up that like the fake blood that they put in their mouth usually tastes like candy.
Okay.
So Abigail, the actress who played, kept asking for more. They're like, no, your tongue is black.
Okay.
She's like, no, I want more.
That's interesting to know. But I feel like it should taste bad because then it makes it easier for you to like vomit it out on camera and be like more real.
But also then it like when it tastes bad, it's like really hard to keep it straight.
How long are they keeping it in their mouth before they? Is it like a just fake blood, right? Or is it like in WWE?
Yeah.
We have a girl who does blue mist and she'll just like blow blue mist onto your face.
Okay, fun.
And I feel like they put it. I may be telling industry secrets here, but I think they put the mist like in maybe a condom or something, just something that breaks.
Capsule, yeah, typically.
But I think they put it, and then it explodes. Is that how it is in the mouth? Is it?
I think so. Yeah. I think
okay.
it's like a capsule, or they like literally like dump it and then spit it. Yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah. Who knew? But the body thing was like just her falling into it, and then the bodies.
No, actually, side note, I went and saw Civil War, A24 movie yesterday.
I've not seen it yet.
Oh, it's phenomenal. There's a body scene kind of like that too. So, no.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, good, great movie.
I gave it a 8.5.
Okay, that's probably more of a fair assessment.
Yeah.
I'm just like you have more of that producer mind or whatever. I'm just like, oh, this is.
But it was so good. It was so fun. I saw it 3 times.
Yeah,
like it's one of those ones that I'm like, you want to go? I'll come see it with you. Like I don't think I'll ever get old of it or old. It will never get old, and I think the humor is so smart and like stupid at the same time, but like good stupid. So when I say stupid, like not like, oh, that's stupid, like smart,
exactly
smart, and it's like, like when Lambert's like, oh, give me your phone, and Sammy, Catherine Newton's character, is like, hold on, I gotta text. Hold on.
I did. Yeah,
like it's just so simple, but just even her like,
yep.
It's so funny, and it's just it acknowledges how camp it is. Oh my God, I forgot to talk about my favorite part. I'm so sorry. I'm just remembering things. Just Abigail killing people, but also running around like twirling as she's doing it.
I love that so much. It was so freaking creepy.
It's so camp too.
I loved it.
Like Megan out. Abigail in.
I know. Yeah, and I wasn't that impressed by Megan when it came out in the first place. But yes. Oh, Abigail. It's not even they're not even in the same playing field.
Like when she like runs behind Peter, she just like leaps.
Yep.
And then she's like, let me just get in my sparkly shoes and run. I'm like, okay, Skechers. No, I think it was Converse. She was wearing like sparkly Converse. I'm like, girl, I love that she's wearing.
Make her endearing kind of too,
yeah,
right?
But it's also so just crazy that she's wearing sparkly shoes murdering people. It makes me happy. It just makes me.
I'd like to wear sparkly shoes if I ever murder anybody.
Right? Okay. Kayla will wear sparkly shoes when she kills me.
Tell the cops if you're looking for your yeah.
But that's just that moment, and oh my God, I love, like, that's just, it's camp, but they like acknowledge it and they delve into it, and it's also so, there's moments where you're like, your heart's breaking, like when Joey's calling her son, and you're like,
yeah.
oh my god, he didn't pick, like, it's him, like she's gonna talk to him, and then you realize it's his voicemail,
Which kids do all the time. My little
What-
brother has that voicemail. I'm like,
so freaking annoying. Stop doing that. The joke is
stop
old.
doing that.
The joke is old.
They were doing this back when cell phones were first coming out. Like, this is tired.
Like, get a new joke. Come on,
It's
get,
right.
Get anything else. Like, but I remember, like, the first time, like, in that audience, when they heard, I gotcha, leave a message.
Yeah.
Everyone went, no. Like, everyone was just like, because we were right there. We're like, she's gonna do it. She's gonna do. Oh no! And now she's gonna die.
Now she's gonna die.
Now she's gonna die.
And her son's never gonna know how much she loved him.
But it's the cast is great. The directors did a great job. Everything is just so fun. The music, everything just adds to it. And this is a movie that's definitely gonna,
You think it has what it takes to be like a cult kind of classic?
Yeah, I think it's gonna do like Ready or Not.
Yeah,
I feel like has stood the test of time, and I feel like, I mean, it's not that old, but I mean, like,
this one,
I think it will. And it's just fun. It's just so fun, and yeah, that's that. So
you haven't seen it? Go see it.
You haven't been on when I've asked this question. Are you Afraidy or not Afraidy of Abigail?
I'll indulge this. I am kind of Afraidy.
Okay.
Of her, if she was in like,
if she was, yeah, sure, yeah.
No, I mean, I'm Afraidy of Abigail.
Yeah.
I don't feel kids hate me as it is, and I just don't feel like it would work out for us very well.
That's very fair. That's very fair. I feel like I'm good with kids, but I don't like them.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I would be able to tolerate
A vampire kid, like,
yeah, she's gonna be.
You
she's
are
gonna be
so
persistent.
much time out. Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna be pretty persistent,
Yeah.
saying weird things. I'm like, I don't. Yeah, but the whole dance thing. Maybe we could, find like a TikTok dance we could do together.
Okay, there you go.
Or something. And that
There
could
you
be,
go.
we could bond there.
Do a
But
TikTok dance.
Other than that, I don't think we'd have. I think I'd be
Not much in
afraid.
common.
You'd be
Yeah.
a little pretty afraid, pretty afraid. But of the movie in general, I wasn't afraidy.
No, the movie's not scary.
The movie's not scary.
I wouldn't call it a horror movie. I mean, like,
It's horror, but it's not like we also.
if you're not a horror fan and you are easily afraid, I wouldn't say this is a movie to be afraid of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's some. We also. I feel like
we're also very desensitized
we
to
are
what's
numb.
scary.
Like what actually, like what.
I don't know
movie
the
has
last
scared
horror
you?
movie that's really gotten
Like,
me.
there's been moments in horror movies that have gotten me, but like never like, oh, I'm terrified of this entire movie, except Hereditary. That was the first time.
Hereditary.
But I saw that in like a
It
dark theater.
Follows. It Follows
Okay.
got me. But I go to bed, like, I literally go to sleep at night with the horror channel on.
Yeah.
And the first thing I do when I wake up, it's just
Yeah.
I'm more afraid of romance movies, to be honest.
Yeah, you're like, I'm scared of intimacy and love, and
Yes.
showing human affection.
But
It's too
give
much.
me murder and throats getting slit, and like we're Gucci.
all day,
Yeah, all
all
day.
day, all day, all day. Well, Kayla, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you for having
It's been a
me.
delight. Where can the people find you? Also, plug your show.
Everything is Kayla Braxton WWE on all social media platforms. And yeah, May the 5th at the Kabuka Lounge in Hollywood, 9 p.m. I will be a part of Netflix as a Joke Festival. I have no idea what jokes I'm going to tell yet, but we'll all find out together. So it should be a funny time.
It's gonna be great. You're gonna do so awesome. It's so fun, and you're a natural.
Oh,
You're gonna
thank
crush
you.
it up there.
I
You're gonna crush
appreciate
it up there. But guys, subscribe, like the video, subscribe to us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, all the podcasts on YouTube. Katie Afraidy. Follow us on Instagram. We also have a Patreon. What?
Whoa.
What? If you want extended episodes, follow us there if you can. Would love to have you. We also have some other cool perks happening there. Shout out to Fangoria. Thank you so much. We love you. Love you dearly. You want a copy of Fangoria? Code Katie Afraidy 25. You get 25% off.
What?
It's pretty good.
That's a lot of percent off.
That's 25%.
That's literally, fourth.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And also Filmcraft Studio Gear. They're amazing. You can find them at Filmcraft LA on Instagram or filmcraftla.com. And again, I like to end with some advice, whether it could be shitty or not, regarding the movie. And I feel like this advice is, if you're offered $7 million to kidnap a child and you don't really know who the child's father is,
Do it.
do it. Kidnap the kid. Maybe don't, because she might be a vampire and she might rip you up. Or offer her a deal and say, hey, I'll work with you, but can you bite me real quick? Because I want to live my spider monkey dreams. But she might not get that. Does she get Twilight references? That's
Maybe
the
she helped write it.
question. Wow, Stephanie Myers, you got some explaining to do. But on that note, guys, we'll see you next time and stay spooky.
What the fuck is that thing?
We kidnapped a fucking vampire. A ballerina vampire.